may be true for a lot of you is when I start something, I tend to be all in. So some of you who remember me back when I first started my YouTube channel, I started it as a yoga instructor, actually teaching yoga videos, and I went all out into yoga for like over a year, teaching it, practicing it, wanting to put YouTube videos out and just get it out there. But then after my wedding, I shifted and I wanted to put on some muscle. So I got back into lifting weights and I went all in on lifting weights, and I kind of let the yoga part of me go for a little bit because I just want to be like the best at what I'm doing, and I just go kind of like balls to the wall on it. So I know that some of you may be like me, or it's also nearing 2024. This is December, clearly, as I'm making this YouTube video. And I want to speak to those of you who also start the year going all in on their fitness goals. And maybe for you, you end up falling off the wagon because you go all out, but a little bit too all out. So my personal goal is to become a lifting, but also a wellness girly. Feel balanced, do my wellness habit. Also, I'm hitting my fitness goals because I'm lifting weights and progressing, and you know, I'm not letting that part of me go, but it's also adding in some of those little habits that make such a big difference for overall wellness, health, and longevity. Like, I don't need to be at a bikini competition. I don't need to do any shows. I just love lifting weight, but I realize my body also loves it when I'm also doing yoga and like the little other tips that I'm going to talk about in this video. So if that's you, definitely keep listening, and I hope this helps. I hope you like it. I hope you subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me, and comment below. Let me know what resonates with you. So first things first, I think really to be a wellness girly, it starts with setting up every single day with our morning routine. And this can really lay the foundation, lay the groundwork into helping us to not just be all in, like overdoing it, but help us like set the intention of like how the day is going to go for us. Many times people, I find my clients, people that I talk to, their fitness goals end up being something outside of themselves and like a means to an end. They're doing it for spring break, they're doing it for a vacation, they're doing it for a wedding coming up, something like that, and it doesn't really become something that's more like a lifestyle per se. And I think the morning routine can help us set it up as a lifestyle. You know, I used to say to my clients, like, who are you becoming? What is that vision of the future version of yourself? But I even found for some, it kind of even felt like too far-fetched to be like trying to become someone that's not them. So I think of the identity shift in becoming a lifting wellness girly. It's kind of a mouthful, isn't it? For like, who are you today? Who do you want to be today? And what does that vision, what do they start doing, you know, once again today? So it's not about like reaching for some like far-fetched goal. It's about starting to incorporate small habits that will make a difference over time. So in 6 months and 1 year, you look back and you are so proud and you see how these little changes compounded, and now you've transformed more than physically, but also mentally and personally, right? So to set up the morning, I already have a few things laid out. I have a full water bottle next to me that has been there since the night before, and I have a journal next to me as well. When I was in my lazy girl era, I would just get up and snooze my alarm and go back to bed, and I ended up feeling even more groggy than before. So I've totally stopped doing that. It's a mindset thing. I just get up when my alarm goes off. Right away, I check my Aura Ring, my readiness score, and it syncs with my Natural Cycles app. So I just check a few things on my phone, and then I try to put my phone away. Then I get out of bed, I walk over to my kitchen, and I start making my coffee, and I start making my breakfast. So my breakfast, I think, is the most important meal of the day for a lot of women, especially in our menstrual years, because it is going to set up the foundation for how our hormones are going to be the rest of the day. It really can help balance them out. It can prevent that blood sugar spike and help us just to like start the day on the right foot, our metabolism. So I make sure that I'm getting at least 30 grams of protein in my breakfast, and then also in the meals the rest of the day. But if I start with that, it's going to keep me full. As I go to work, as I help my clients, I will be energized and I'm going to feel good. So my favorite breakfast is protein oats. I mix protein powder in oatmeal, and it's enough because I get up early. I get up at like 5 a.m. So an egg breakfast or something bigger doesn't really sit right. It's too early for that. So I love having my protein oats. I'll bring all that back to my bed. I'm not sure if this is the best habit, but I do go back to bed. Take that how you want it. If you like to get back cozy in bed, or if that's gonna make you tired, maybe you do this out in your living room or another space in your home, okay? So I do bring it all back to bed, and then I'm gonna grab my journal and start writing. I write my to-do list and I write my gratitude. If I have time, I might get my Kindle and read a few pages of my book as well. As I'm doing that, I'm drinking a full glass of water, at least 8 ounces. That is also super important. Start the day with water, start the day with hydration before you have coffee, before you have breakfast. And then my friend is a hormonal health coach, and she always says it's so important to have that breakfast within 30 to 60 minutes of waking up. So I normally have it within 30 minutes. I'll sit there, I'll have my protein oats, my protes, and then after that, you can have your coffee, right? Because after you have a full belly of food, it kind of softens that cortisol spike that you might just get if you have coffee on an empty stomach. I know my friend, and also like if you've listened to Huberman Lab, they recommend to have coffee at least 60 to 90 minutes after waking up. So I try to wait at least 60 minutes before I have that coffee. The next thing that's really been helping me, and I've been doing it as a part of my morning routine, but I think can be just done whatever part of the day works for you, is I've been coming back to yoga. And this really makes me feel more like I'm getting that wellness aspect, because I'm not doing it for some specific goal. It doesn't feel like a workout. It feels like I'm taking care of my body, and I feel the most peace when I'm doing yoga. It helps me to shut down my mind more than anything else. I've been on meditation route, you know, I do my best to pray, I do my best to shut down my mind with those habits, but I just do so much better with movement, and allows all my other thought to halt so I can just focus on the present moment. So yoga really does do that for me, and sometimes walking, but yoga just for some reason matching the breath and the movement, and also being guided by somebody, it helps me get out of my head, into my body, into my soul. So I do it for that. I do it for the mobility, and like when I got into just lifting, I lost all my flexibility. I was able to do the splits, I felt super mobile, and now I'm like, oh my goodness, I lost a lot of that. So it's also a little bit of a goal to become more flexible, but I'm not really making it about that. I'm making it more about wellness, and it doesn't have to take forever. I just get onto YouTube and find either a 10 or a 20-minute, more like a stretchy flow, super beginner level, super easy. Like my heart rate's not getting up when I'm doing this, and it doesn't take that much time at all. So I think we could all carve out at least 10 minutes to add some sort of yoga or stretching into the day. If that resonates with you, give it a try and let me know if that does help. This next tip has actually been one of my favorite lately, along with that peace that I get from yoga. I'm getting out on my walk. Now this is no longer a part of my morning routine, because sometimes I have to get my butt out the house and get to work and meet my clients, and I don't have time for a walk. But if I do, I will fit in walking my dog in the morning. But if not, I'm doing that throughout the day. And pro tip, if you don't have a dog, like a dog helps so much to motivate you to go on a walk. I feel like I have a walking buddy, and it motivates me to like want to get her out of the house and get her, you know, seeing and smelling the outdoors. I think it's so good for them as well, but it's pushed me to get more steps outside. And why I'm bringing this up is it's also super good for those wellness girlies who like want to be able to maintain their weight. Walking is so powerful, because it helps us with something called NEAT, which is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So it's calories you burn outside of like your programmed or planned workouts. It can be fidgeting, it can be like moving around from your desk like in the office, but like just going out and walking, maybe parking your car a little bit further, the more steps you get during the day can be super powerful for that. Also, I watched the documentary about the blue zones. I think it's called Longevity, maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Every one of those places that is a blue zone, those people are walking everywhere. They don't even realize it, but it's a way to keep your fitness level up without even really trying. So I think if you can make it like a part of your day, Like, I'm just somebody who goes out for walks. I'm somebody who walks my dog. I'm somebody who parks my car further away at the grocery store, at work. I'm somebody that takes the stairs. I think those little things can make a huge difference over time. So where's my hot girl walkers out there? Join the club. It's gonna be so good for your body and your mind. It's really become my mission to help women feel comfortable lifting weights and not feel like it's something where they're gonna be bulky or they feel overwhelmed going to the weight room and be surrounded by guys that they end up frustrated. I feel like there's a lot of reasons why women do feel a little nervous maybe or uncomfortable starting a weightlifting journey, and I think it's so important for all women to add resistance training into their lives for bone health, for function. It's really going to help you improve your body composition. It's going to help with confidence, energy, mood, posture, standing up tall, having that confidence radiate from you. So many reasons, not just for physical looks, but for longevity and health. I think lifting weights is so important. So it's in here, of course, to be a lifting and wellness girly for the physique, and I do love those reasons, and that's why what keeps me coming back. But what really does keep me coming back even more, besides seeing the results, is how I feel, how strong I feel, how it's changed my confidence. I think our fitness journey goes so hand in hand with our personal development journey. You will learn about yourself throughout the process and just feel so much better. And so I think to like have that commitment to yourself, to learn how to lift weights, to make it a part of your life, even if it's not every day, right? It can be 2-3 times a week, whatever works for you. You don't have to be in the gym for hours to be a lifting girl. It's just, I think, going to be so helpful on so many levels if you do try to make this a part of your routine and identify with it, because then you'll stick to it and it will become a lifestyle. So what am I? In the end of the day, a plan is going to help you feel less overwhelmed and take away some of that decision fatigue of like going into the gym and not knowing what to do. You'll just walk in there and like mindlessly be able to follow a program that you know is going to help you progress and keep you on track to reach your goals. And I think that can be super encouraging and motivating and take away a lot of the mental stress. So there's so many plans, there's so many free ones out there that you can find and make it work for you. If you can go to the gym 2 days a week and sustain that, find one for 2 days a week. Don't try to overreach here. Be really real with yourself on how much you can actually fit and how much you, will commit yourself to becoming. I think of a few things that really help me too on days that I maybe feel a little overwhelmed going to the gym. It's like put on a hat, put on noise canceling headphones, an outfit you feel cute in, and it really does make a difference. So you're not like focused on everybody else. You have tunnel vision for just you and your workout that day. Trust me, it makes a huge difference. This last little bit, I'll just touch on my framework that I use for my lifestyle, and I encourage it for my muscle mommies out there, is the build it, fuel it, live it, right? We talked about build it. That's your workouts. Those are the workouts that are going to help you reach those physique results and also all those other benefits. The fuel it is what you're eating. We talked about starting with breakfast, 30 grams of protein, but also I encourage you to have protein at every single meal. That's going to help for the lifting girly aspect. We cannot grow our muscles and get that toned look if we don't have the necessary building blocks to building muscle. So we recommend generally 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. If I'm trying to gain, sometimes I'll even push past that. So I'll just do a little protein math at each meal so that I don't have to track it. You know, I've done this for a while, so I know like that an egg has 6 grams of protein. I know that cheese generally has 7 grams of protein. I know about how much chicken has this and that. So I just kind of do it mentally. It can be helpful to track, to learn as a tool, like how much your body actually does need. But that's the build it for the lifting girly. But I think for the wellness girly is start to look at your plate. Is it a healthy, balanced plate? Is there a vegetable on your plate? Are there greens? Are you getting healthy fats? Like, just start to learn about how to create a healthy, balanced meal instead of being that girl who like snacks throughout the day or who's always like reaching for like a sugary snack. I think that's what happens when we're not getting our healthy, balanced meals, because then our blood sugar spikes bikes and leaves us on this roller coaster all day long. So that's like the fuel it category for both the lifting and the wellness girly. Get your greens, learn how to create a healthy balanced meal. And then finally, the overarching theme is live it. Make it a lifestyle. Make it who you are today. Create those intentions in the morning to be that person right now. You can do it for one day. It's hard to imagine like that future far-fetched goal. Have that vision, but then just take it one day at a time, because those are the things that are actually gonna matter long term. And the very last thing is making sleep a priority. We build our muscles outside of the gym. If you're not getting enough sleep, we can't really go through that full recovery process, and we'll keep ending up spinning our wheels. And it's also gonna throw our energy and mood out the window. So start to develop a sleep routine, like shut the screens off, maybe 30 minutes to an hour before bed. Stop looking at your phone, stop scrolling, maybe read a book before bed. Do things that can calm you down. Maybe that's when you decide to do your yoga stretch. You know, find ways to calm down your nervous system, get good sleep, go to bed at, hopefully you can go to bed at a consistent hour every night so that you get the amount of sleep that your body feels best with, whether it's 7 to 9 hours. That's usually the recommended, right? And then you can have like a good, fresh morning routine, feeling super rested most of the time. There's gonna be days when we don't sleep, and that's life, but for the most part, we try our best to get sleep. So these are little habits that I have really made a part of my life and help me feel like that lifting wellness girly, but also help me maintain my weight, help me build muscle and continue reaching those goals, and also just feeling super healthy. Start with your morning routine, have that breakfast, your water, all before coffee. Make a plan to stretch or do some sort of yoga, something that rejuvenates you throughout the day, something that feels restorative. Walk as much as you can. Have that programmed, committed lifting routine. Start to push yourself outside of your comfort zone and start lifting weights if you haven't already. Let me know if you have any questions about that. I'd love to help along the way. That really is my mission in life. And then all in all, eat really healthy, balanced meals, get good sleep, and have grace for the process too. We're not going to be perfect every day, but the more that you can start to just bring awareness to that person that you want to be today, you will start to make those little habit shifts that make a big difference over time and help you just be the best version of yourself every day. And that way you're the best for everyone else, and it's going to really propel you in every other area of your life than just your wellness routine. So who's with me? Who's ready for this for the new year? Let's start today. Might as well start laying down this groundwork. Thank you for listening to this whole thing. If you made it this far, please subscribe to my channel, comment below, let me know what you're super excited about in this coming week, the next few days. Like, what changes are you gonna make? See you next time.